Hey, everybody, welcome to Hollywood Live. We are bringing you the best of the best as usual. My guest today, you see her with her gorgeous face, is a TV icon and legend. Say hello to Joe Marie Payton. How are you?
I'm fine. Hi, family. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing just great. And yes, I feel like I'm family. I have to let people know way back in the day when you were doing Family Matters and I just came to LA, we used to go to your house and you were cooking up a storm. And we're going to talk about that because I hear you got a cooking show coming.
Yes.
Yeah, and you deserve one. But before that, the Proud family is back. Oh my gosh. How excited are you?
Tanya, after 20 years, people waited. That's what you call unfinished business. God
Okay.
allowed all of us to be here. Everybody still has the same voice. Mine is still the same. Tommy, Kyla, Paula, everybody is back, every individual. And it feels so special because it's put us in a position to continue telling those marvelous stories the way we tell them, the way we can only tell them, being the Proud family. Loud
I
and
love
proud.
it. I love it. I'm still in shock. It's been 20 years since it was.
21 years. And all of the pandemic came in, and we still here. Didn't even take any of us away. So it's called unfinished business.
Yeah,
And
no,
we all recorded from home because we couldn't get into the studio. They decided 2019, we couldn't get in the studios. And so when Disney called out and said, Miss Payton, would you mind recording from home? I said, no, I had never done it before. So they hooked me up with the engineer, sent all the equipment out here. My daughter and I got together, a designated closet. We made a soundproof room, and bam, me, Ralph, and Bruce, and Calvin, and everybody else, we just made it happen.
Oh my goodness. And it's such an important animated series. It was 20 years ago or more than that because it came out originally in what was it, 2000 and I can't even remember.
Nine,
But
nine,
anyway,
99, 2001,
1999.
2001.
Right. Okay, that's what I thought. And then
Mhm,
aired for a long time.
mhm.
And I'm so glad you're back. But for those who may not have seen The Proud Family, it's back louder and prouder.
Mhm.
Tell us a little bit about the story. You play the grandmother,
I'm
and
Sugar
I
Mama.
don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, Sugar Mama, and I hear that this season Sugar Mama's got some really big stuff coming up.
She got some big stuff coming up. You guys are going to find out who Sugar is, where she came from. You're going to get a chance to meet her dad and her brothers and stuff, that things that people never knew about her because she never really talked about herself. As a matter of fact, when Trudy suggested that they go on this trip, but she got invited to this picnic. They go on this trip, and Sugar Mama back to Oklahoma, and Sugar Mama didn't want to go. So they tied Sugar Mama to the top of the car. Man, to go anyway. But she had her reasons for not wanting to go, and they were evidently very important to her. But it turns out in the end, and you guys will see, you'll see part of it tonight. You'll see that it was very important that she go back and all. And this will be the first time you saw Sugar Mama really cry. I saw the episode, and it's very touching, but it was very well done. And some of our friends are doing voice acting on it. Glenn Turman, Art Evans. Oh man, we got a cast up in there. So
Oh,
it's a
everybody, the gang's all back together again,
let me tell you,
basically.
dynamic. It's a dynamic episode. The show itself, louder and prouder, with all the different things that we deal with, along with Penny, navigating her way through turning into this teenager, with everything on her changing, her
Right,
body, her
right.
friends, her neighborhood, technology, and everything else changing. It's a different world right now. And all, and we tackle it being the stable family that we are, but also giving you that good old funny that you need to
Mhm.
keep you interested. So I'm
Well,
very happy.
we had Tommy Davidson on not long ago, and he was telling us about it. It was, a couple of months ago, and he
Uh-huh.
was so excited. And Tommy is still that quick-witted, funny guy.
Yes,
I
he
mean,
is.
he opens his mouth and you just laugh.
Yes, he
I
is.
I love it. So I can't even imagine how much fun you guys had.
Oh
You know.
my God, we have a ball. And even when we're not together, sometimes they put us together. We're in these blocks, like you and I, and we'll be together. We're just laughing, just like we're just right there with each other. We can touch each other. I think what makes it magic too is because I think, give Eileen McKnight, who actually cast us in the beginning, chosen by Bruce Smith, with his project with Ralph and those. But Tatiana, the casting agent that we have right now, just does a magnificent job with putting us all together, matching those voices with that energy and everything. And when we get together, we don't have to actually physically be together in order to be connected the way
Right,
we are.
right,
I can hear
exactly.
Tommy when I'm in the booth, when I'm in my closet rather, reciting my lines, and I have Bruce and Calvin and Ralph there.
Mhm.
I see Tommy. I visualize him. So it's easy for me to hear his voice and come right in. Mama so I said, you know what I said, boy. So because, and same thing with Penny and with Paula, with all of them, because that's how connected we are.
Yeah, I love it. And it's very interesting. People don't realize a lot of times what it takes to do an animated series like that. I mean, when you're an actor, because again, you are by yourself often. That's
Yes.
often the case for
Mhm,
voiceovers for that.
mhm.
What other techniques are needed? I mean, for folks out there who, young people who think that this might be a good career for them, what other kind of skills are needed for that kind of acting?
I just spoke on that in a couple of interviews before you, and I told them because the kids will ask me now, and then some of them say that's what they want to do, and that's true because everybody don't want to stand up on a stage and do something. Some people, their gift is to be behind the scenes and doing
Hmm.
stuff, and some of them are very vocal. And like them, you have to know how to read well, and all, and that's with everything. First classes I ever taught was to kids was that you have to be a good reader, and a good reader is not a fast reader. A good reader is a reader that understands what he read. If you
Hmm.
understand what you read, if you understand what that story is, that's the same way with when I go to days when they have career days and things. I tell the kids my first day on my job is that we have to read that script. You have to be a good reader. You have to know what that story is about. You have to know what your action is about. If you know it and you can see it, you can feel it, you can smell it, you can do it. And if it's
Yeah.
written well on that page, you can put it on the stage. And
Hey,
that
there you
means
go.
whether your stage is a visual stage where you're hearing stuff, people have to hear what you're trying to make them see. They got to
Yeah.
hear it, which is one of the reasons radio was so popular. Those radio artists that could tell those stories way back then, we didn't have TV. You listen to the radio. You could see those people doing what they were doing. Close your eyes sometimes now. I tell young people in my class, close your eyes and listen to certain
Hmm.
shows as opposed to looking at them. And
Right.
you'll learn to develop the art of how powerful the voice is. That's why you have to be careful what you say, because
Oh,
sometimes what you say might not be what you mean. So you have to be
right.
careful about what you say and the way you say it, because
Hmm.
one word can tell a whole story.
Yes, it can. Yes, it really does. So, such words of wisdom. So, okay, everybody is having a TV reunion. I mean, Prince of Bel Air, they got a whole new series. Do you think we'll ever see Family Matters come back again in some kind of a reunion show? Or, I don't
Well,
know.
I know everybody in the world wants it. If I hit the lottery tomorrow, I might be able to make it happen because I probably could buy it from them. But especially for them billions, them multi millions, and all that kind of thing. But for me, Tanya, I tell people never say never. But I
Hmm.
can say this: I need that little girl that went up them stairs to come back down before I do it again. And because for me, Tanya, and I'm gonna give it to you the way didn't give it to anybody else. TMZ called me and I gave it to them. They didn't even publish it because what I say was too good for them. But at any rate, for me, that was my first Black Lives Matter moment.
Yep.
Because had they taken my older daughter, we could have made excuses. You
Hmm.
took the younger child and told me it was not important. It was important. Now I want you to think about it because I never said it like this before. I want people to think about it. Go back to the Cosby Show and you take Rudy off the show
Hmm.
and then tell me how you gonna feel.
Yeah.
I played a mother. I was her mother on TV. I am a mother. You took my youngest child, told me it was not important. It did not matter. For 30 some odd years, we premiered in 1989. From the time you took her up until this day, this moment, I still feel responsible for her and what happened to her. And you took my youngest child.
Tell
Now,
people
going
what
back again,
happened. Yeah, tell
going
people
back
what.
again,
Uh-huh.
I don't know what happened. You just took her. And we just came in one day and she was gone. And I asked what happened to her. Why wasn't she there? And I was told, oh, nobody's going to miss her. It's not going to matter. That's what I was told. Those words. Those are the words I was told. I said, well, you need to tell me something either creatively or politically correct to tell people because they don't know you and they're not going to ask you nothing. They
Right.
know me. They're going to
That's
ask
right.
me what happened to her. And I don't know because just like you know, she went up those stairs and she didn't come back down. So before,
Correct.
and the thing about it is, they may not even, our producers or whoever owns Family Matters may not even want to do another Family Matters. That it
Mhm.
doesn't matter to me because I've never felt like I needed this business to feed me if I was hungry. But I tell
Right.
you what, if I ever do Family Matters again, she got to come down those stairs. And I know they can do it without me because they
Mhm.
continued it without me. Okay.
Right. That's true.
Nobody is irreplaceable. Nobody, not me and not anybody else. And as far as the Urkel thing goes, I love that little boy too. But you know something? We started Family Matters without him.
Yeah, that is
And we
true.
can do Family Matters again without him. If you want to do it, I just tell the truth.
That's what I love about you, Joe Marie. Tell me briefly about your cooking show, because
Ah,
I've had the experience of eating your food, so I know how good it is.
so you know I should have won that chop episode I was on, right? I was the
Yep, you
first one
should
to go.
have.
I was the first one to go. I messed it up. But that's because I never watched Chopped. I never really watched any cooking shows except the Chew, I think it was. The one that was
Right.
on
On
ABC, I think.
daytime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched the
And
Chew and I love
mhm,
me some Memo Agassi. I love him because he got that crazy thing about him like me. But I
mhm,
never really watched a lot of cooking shows. I'm a news person. I like news shows and entertainment
mhm.
shows. And I never really watched cooking shows. So I already knew how to cook. I didn't feel like anybody could teach me anything about cooking. And and I'm not a chef, but I also realized you don't have to be a chef to know how to fix you something to eat. And I was one of
Mm-mm.
9, and my mama would come home tired as all get up and go. And we said, Mama, what we gonna have? And she said, I don't know. You better go back there and fix you something to eat. So that's the title
Mhm.
of my show. Something, not something. Something.
Mm.
SOMETHIN. Something to eat with Joe Marie. And I know how to fix you something to eat. And it'll be good
Yes, you
too.
do. Yes, you do. Well, I am so glad. I love it, and I love you so much. I'm so happy for you. You look absolutely amazing and young and vibrant and just who you always are. And I'm coming to Vegas to see you.
Okay, please, 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 and say hello to your daughter and your family for me, please. I remember your
I
cute little daughter.
I will. And everybody here says hello to you because they all love you and miss you.
Oh, tell them I love them too, okay? All
Okay,
right.
honey. Good
Fat
to see
Proud
you.
Family, louder and prouder every Wednesday, Disney Plus, okay?
There you go on Wednesdays. And everybody else out there, whatever you do not want to miss the Proud Family. If you didn't see it the last time it was on, guess what? You're in luck because it's back again and better.